We're back with our game preview, and our game this week is Tottenham versus Everton at the Tottenham Stadium, Sunday at 4:30. And in this preview, we go in depth. We go through predicted lineups, how each team will win, injury news, all of that shabazz. So you definitely want to stay tuned.
Usually what we'd do at this point is we'd go through the table, see where they are, where they hope to be, as well as form. But as it is the first game week, we have none of that. So what we're going to go through is something that we touched on lightly in our predictions video, but it's what's the aspirations for the season. Now, first up is Tottenham. They're at home. What they're really going to be looking to do is to push on into those Champions League positions under their... Does he still count as a new manager, do you think? Or is he...
No, not really. Not really.
So under Jose Mourinho, they're hoping that they can provide him with the players for him to push on and to try and do what he usually does before it goes bad, but it's to actually win something.
Now, for Everton, they had their worst finish, 12th in 16 years. You know, it's grim reading. They sacked Marco Silva early on in the campaign and managed to get Carlo Ancelotti, 3-time Champions League winner, and him and Duncan Ferguson steadied the ship. You know, there's a lot of work to do with Everton, but they can try and aim for European football, and more specifically the Europa League.
Yeah, I have to say it was a very good coup bringing in Ancelotti, and it seems to have already paid off because obviously he has that fantastic relationship with Alan, which enabled them to maybe sign him, as well as he had a relationship with James Rodriguez at Bayern Munich and Real Madrid. So maybe on the pitch, I'd say it's already paying off, but certainly off the pitch with the players he's bringing in, it's paying off already.
A bit more star power, it seems, but I do think they need to invest in centre-back to really push on.
Yeah, I agree, but who knows what Ancelotti has up his sleeve. He's already provided quite a few miracles.
Now, let's get into the injury and suspensions there for Tottenham. What do Tottenham have?
There are no injuries in the Tottenham team right now, although there is a few warnings for Tottenham fans. I wouldn't expect to see Lo Celso. He was struggling with his groin last season, towards the tail end of last season. It doesn't look like he's fit for the start of the season, so not injured, but he hasn't had any pre-season games, so he might not start. It might be a bit early for Doherty. Might be a bit too early for him. Ndombele has only done half a pre-season game. There were vicious rumours going around. None of them have been confirmed, but there were rumours going around that he had coronavirus. I don't know if that's true, but that's what the rumours were.
He's only had half a friendly game.
Yeah.
That's the only cardio he's got all week then. What's going on? He won't be ready.
You know what? When he destroys you in the North London derby, right? I'm gonna make you pay.
That's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
But that is it for injuries. So as I say, there's no confirmed injuries, but maybe just a few unfit players who may not start.
For Everton, you got Holgate. You know, he's a rising star for you guys. He's established himself as a centre back. He has a toe injury, so he is an injury doubt, but he's likely to play. And your defensive midfielder, Gabamin, he's got an Achilles injury and with no real return date, so it's odd to see what's going on there. And Tosun, his toe is not injured, it's his knee, which he doesn't have a return date as well, so he's going to be missing this game against Tottenham. Okay, now we get into the lineup, with the starting lineups for Tottenham. Alex, take it away.
We have Hugo Lloris in goal. Left back, we have Ben Davies. And I think he's going to go with the centre back of Alderweireld and Dyer, as they decided to put together quite a good partnership towards the tail end of last season. I believe this season that our number one right back will be Matt Doherty. I'm not sure whether or not he's going to start. I think the right back will be Aurier. I think Doherty, even though he signed just over a week ago, he's been away on international duty. He hasn't had a lot of time to train with the new Tottenham players. So I think Tottenham will go with Aurier for the first game of the season. I do think he's going to do a 4-2-3-1. I think when Lo Celso and Ndombele are both fit, I think he might rotate to a 4-3-3, but we'll see. But for this game, he's going to have Højbjerg in the number 6 position. Now, that is very important because it was Højbjerg that Tottenham desperately needed. Mourinho wanted his tactical number 6 player, and he didn't have that. None of the Tottenham players were able to provide that, which is why they brought Højbjerg in. So he's going to be the really defensive-minded player who's going to keep the play ticking over.
I like him. He's a scrappy player. He's a proper, anticipates well, gets in your face, but just doesn't give you a lot of room. So I think he'll be very valuable for this Mourinho side.
Yeah, I think, and it's just what Mourinho needed. Next to him, I think because of lack of fitness, I think it will be Sissoko. He's managed to rack up quite a few minutes in pre-season, so I think it'll be Sissoko for this game. On the left, he will play Son. Son has been on fire in pre-season, so I think he will, to be honest with you, I think he's one of the first names on the team sheet. Ali has also been playing really well in pre-season, so I think he's going to get the number 10 position. And on the right, we will have Lucas Moura, who Mourinho's commented quite a few times. He actually loves the character that is Lucas Moura and his personality. So I think he will start just over Bergwijn. And up front, they have no one else. Even though Kane hasn't played any time in pre-season, it has to be Kane, as simply they have no one else. So it'll be Kane up top. But that is it for the Tottenham lineup. Gary, what is your predicted lineup for the Everton game?
For Everton, Jordan Pickford is in goal. He's still number 1, although his form has been a bit mixed. Seamus Coleman, right back. He's definitely established that right back spot. Michael Keane at centre back alongside Jeremina. We've decided not to put Holgate in just because of the injury doubt, but Jeremina would do perfectly fine there. Luca Digne at left back. Sad to see Leighton Baines retire, but Luca Digne kind of made that left back a spot for his own. We're going for centre midfield partnership of Gomez and Alan from Napoli, who knows Carlo Ancelotti well. So I think Carlo Ancelotti trusts him quite a bit to put him in there for the very first game. We're going 4-4-2. Bernard, right wing. He's played there a lot last season. He's a great workhorse. And I'm going left wing for Iwobi, who his form has been erratic, but and his decision making can be a bit questionable. But he does work hard and he's super athletic, and you can get some good goals and assists out of him too. And then we're going to build upon that strike partnership up front with Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison, who both are very they seem like really strong athletic centre forwards that will try and give the Tottenham centre backs a run for their money. I think they can cause them a lot of problems playing off one of each other.
I think I really like Richarlison. I think he has got it all. He is physical, he's technical, and he's quite a clever player. So I think I'm fearful of Richarlison. And I think it's also worth mentioning there's quite a few new signings that we didn't include there, but we've put them into the same bucket that we put some of the Tottenham new signings in, which is essentially they're too new. They haven't had a lot of time to train with their first team before they get thrown into the starting 11.
Yes, that James Rodriguez 95th minute winner off his chest.
Or Decore,
volley. No. Decore is not capable of that. I've seen that with James Rodriguez. Top bins in the top corner. I'm looking forward to that. And then he'll go straight to the club. Now we get into the stats. The stats we have for Tottenham and Everton. And Alex, tell me what kind of jumps off the page between these two.
So the first thing I noticed, and maybe it was my Tottenham eyes, because obviously I've been looking at this Tottenham season, see how and why we performed the way we did. But if you look at their goals versus their expected goals, it actually means that Tottenham scored more goals than what they were expected to. So perhaps that's down to individuals, maybe a certain Harry Kane or Son to thank there. In the same way, their goals conceded, they conceded fewer goals than expected as well. So perhaps a very special thank you to Hugo Lloris. Perhaps it was individuals that saved Tottenham's season in the end.
And I say, looking at the Everton side, it's quite surprising to see, their XG is higher than what they actually score. So they're on the opposite foot when it comes to Tottenham. And on the defensive side as well, they concede more than they expect to, which is, that is one of the things I assume Carlo Ancelotti will be no doubt wanting to change into the new season.
Yeah, because I think if I was Ancelotti and I was looking at these statistics, I would be thinking to myself, they're not creating more chances than us. They're not conceded kind of more.
It's kind of the same. It's quite comparable.
They are quite similar. It is literally down to key moments and key players where perhaps Everton players have let them down, whereas the Tottenham players have just about saved it for them. But it certainly is an interesting read.
Yeah. So for Everton, how I think they will try to win this game is Carlo Ancelotti, he really prefers playing a 4-4-2, and that would be quite interesting against Tottenham's 4-2-3-1 formation. We have Serge Aurier that likes to bomb down the wing, so it'll be quite important for Iwobi and Digne to be very disciplined on that right-hand side. I think with 3 in the middle, Tottenham might try to use that numerical advantage to control the midfield. I think they would be better served by having Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin sort of tuck in and create a 4 in here just to stop balls going through the middle and Tottenham overtaking the midfield. And I think Tottenham really do like to go forward with Aurier up on the right hand side, have Lucas Moura come in and sort of attack with a 5. And I think if you have that, I would back Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin to sort of isolate these 3 defenders, Davies, Alderweireld and Dier. Once play gets broken down, you could have Bernard bombing down here, and hopefully having Iwobi, who's just as athletic as Aurier, to bomb down this wing as well, to sort of create a counter-attack against the Tottenham defense and hopefully nicking a goal and winning.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head with a lot of what you said there, Gary. It's quite interesting because for Tottenham, actually, I'm going to piggyback on some of the stuff you said. As you said, Aurier does like to bomb down that right side, and with Everton having 2 up front and having the back 4 turn into a back 3 when Davies comes in, what will be really interesting to see how their new signing, Højbjerg, who was brought in to be that tactical number 6, to see what he does in those situations, to see if he helps the defence, covers Aurier where required, and stops Everton being able to overload with that front 4. Going forward for Tottenham, I think the actual key player for Tottenham is going to be Ali. We know Moura likes to bomb forward. We know Aurier likes to bomb forward. But it'll be Ali, I think, who's making those runs in behind Kane, and he's making runs in between the fullback and the centre-back, trying to create that space. I think he's going to be the one who might be key to opening this. And if you've been keeping an eye on Tottenham pre-season, he has been on form. And that is it for this video. Lastly, we just want to send a quick thank you out to all our current subscribers and all our new subscribers. We appreciate every single one of you. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you soon.
See ya.